There's so much food in my mouth. Not even funny.
Do you have like a half a bagel in there already?
Yeah, I mean it's like a cream cheese, smoked salmon, caper, and red onion panini.
Ooh, that's awesome.
It is pretty good, so you can see it. Ooh.
Ooh, that's right up my alley. I like that.
Yeah.
What did you do here? Tell us what you did here.
What?
On your face. What did you do to your facial hair? You look different to me.
I do?
Yeah. Did you shape it? No?
In my neck.
Is that it? Let me see. Give me a
Yeah,
side.
little bit less of a neck beard than normal, maybe.
All right. It looks nice. It looks trimmed up. Anyway, how are you, Dan? You good?
I'm good. I'm doing pretty well. Here, let's do the. We'll get into it. I'll do the official.
Kick it off.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's SEO and IPA. It's a fun weekly hangout about inbound marketing, entrepreneurship, and more for cool people of all shapes, stripes, and colors. As always, I am Daniel Barrett here from Two Friendly Nerds. That's TWO, friendlynerds.com, the world's friendliest web design and online marketing company. And with me, as always, is the brains behind the operation, officially the only reason that anyone ever watches this show. She feeds hummingbirds to pandas. It's Patti from Reinvent Interactive. That is reinventinteractive.com. Patti, how are you, my wonderful friend?
I'm terrific. Bravo. Another good one.
Yeah?
I like it. Way to go.
Every time I hear bravo, I think of Bravos from Game of Thrones, where you have the Bravosi, the guy who teaches Arya Stark to... Anyway.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The guy's like that all the time, and they're like,
Yeah.
head. And then he's like, I'm the best swordsman in the world, and he gets killed by two randoms.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, no, I'm good. I was just saying I ran out to grab lunch, and officially I have a roommate now. Someone's sharing my office space. Is Michael Kilkelly, who runs an excellent architectural firm here in Middletown. He was a past client of mine, and now we're sharing space. So it's pretty cool.
Excellent. Is he there? Is he going to drink beer with us?
He actually just walked out. He just moved in his desk.
Excellent.
So this has just been an idea until now, and suddenly it's very real.
I like it.
Like I'm going to have to move all my crap. I won't have literally an entire side of this room dedicated to nothing but comic books for no reason. So they'll kind of bring him back in. But I'm excited. He's a really, really nice guy. He's got young kids. We're very similar parts of our lives, and this is nice to, I don't have to foot the whole bill anymore. And yeah, it's cool. What about you? What are you up to?
Congratulations. Yeah. When I get lonely for a little, I don't know, human banter during my day, because I work in my basement by myself most days, I go to Starbucks and chat up strangers. So
picking up strangers at Starbucks.
I'm trolling for conversation.
Yo, let me get your digits. What's that, a latte? Let me get your digits.
Yeah. Pathetic. Anyway, so I have a terrific beer. I have a style of beer today, Dan, that I've never had before.
What?
Never heard of. I mean, you'll see what I mean. But I haven't even looked up its. So it's a serious unknown. I don't know anything about it. Can I go? Can I go first?
Yeah, please go first.
Okay.
Put the camera on you there.
This is can you see?
Yeah.
Star Hill Boxcar Pumpkin Porter.
Ooh, pumpkin porter.
Never had a pumpkin porter. I mean,
that sounds excellent.
Yeah, I think I'm anticipating what I have expectations as to what a pumpkin porter might taste like. Trying to see what the alcohol is on this. It's not jumping out at me. But these guys are out of Virginia, Star Hill Brewery. I've had their beers before. Good stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not telling me how much alcohol's in this. It should be relatively low, though, right? Porters aren't really huge in alcohol. So anyway, here's what it looks like. Check it. So it's kind of
porter-esque, I would say.
Pretty dark. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get some light in it. It's yeah, I mean I can still see light through it. It's not hugely it's got a lot on the nose, like a lot of spice. So I'm kind of excited. All right, ready? Here we go. Cheers.
Right now, there's a lot of spice. You're saying?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's good.
Yeah?
It's good. It's actually a little bit smoky, which I wasn't anticipating, but no, it's good. It's a good,
I feel like smoke and pumpkin would go well together.
yeah. Yeah, it's actually really, really good. And you know what I like about some porters that's a little bit deceiving is that, you know, you're expecting a real heavy experience, a heavy mouthfeel, like a Guinness or something like that. And it's not really, it's actually quite light for looking as dark and
porters. I feel like every time I get a porter, I feel like I'm getting a stout, and then I drink it, and I'm like, oh right,
it's a porter, right? Yeah, because it looks, you know, somewhat similar. Anyway, I like it. I recommend it. Yeah. So Star Hill Boxcar. See that?
Yeah. I don't know if I've never seen those, so I don't know if we can get those around here.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, anyway, I'm excited, and I think that this would actually pair well with food as also. It's not too. I think it has more spice on the nose than it does. It's not too overwhelming, but it's good. It's good. All right, what do you have for us?
Well, I also have a beer I've never had before.
Yay!
So this is Session Lager, which I got primarily, I'll be honest, because of this little
bottle.
Yeah. Session Lager. Really no information on the brewed and bottled by Full Sail Brewing.
Okay.
And yeah. Wow. I actually really like that.
Yeah.
It's so light.
Yeah.
Such a light beer, but you know, like light beer, sometimes they have like weird aftertaste, or it's just kind of. This is just so. It's like little fairies dancing on my tongue.
Really?
I like that. I'm really into that, and I also like the cap, the bottle cap. Obviously, popped it off or whatever. Yeah. On the back, it says rock, so you can play rock paper scissors with your friends.
Stop it.
Every time you go and say who's going to play this, who's going to pay for the round, and you see who wins. Anyway,
I like that.
I really enjoy this. I'm going to drink the shit out of this tonight.
All right, do it.
Not safe for work tag.
Do it. Do it. I kind of sometimes I wish you had a glass so you could sort of.
Yeah, it's hard for me to do dishes here, but I should get like a little so I can pour it out. But it's very, very light. It reminds me of the beers I had in Germany.
Okay.
Went to Germany on my honeymoon, and it kind of reminds me of that kind of thing. And it's just like super pleasant. I don't know how to describe it other than like the taste of it is really pleasant. And like light beers, sometimes they're just light beer. It just tastes like beer, but with more water in it or whatever it is.
Right.
It's a really nice, kind of pleasant, almost sweet thing.
Well, the session beers, by definition, are going to have a lot less alcohol in them, which means kind of less flavor. But lagers aren't my favorite style, I have to say.
Yeah.
For whatever it's worth, but I would absolutely give that a try.
5.1.
Yeah. Okay.
So the other thing too I meant to say is that I had the what did I say that I bought last week? It was the KBC pumpkin.
Yeah.
Hated it.
Oh no.
Hated it. I bought a 6-pack of it because it was on sale.
Oh.
It was so sweet.
Like,
it's so overpoweringly sweet. It was like drinking a cider. And literally to the point where I was like, is this a soda? Like I looked at it multiple times to make sure it was actually beer.
What's the style?
It's like pumpkin ale. Just KBC pumpkin ale. But it was so sweet. I took like 3 sips and I had to stop. I couldn't get into it.
Mm-hmm.
I literally couldn't even finish it. It was that gross. Big swing and a miss for KBC, unfortunately. But.
Not good. Well, I've got a couple more pumpkins to finish out, couple weeks of
I
November.
know, I want to do more pumpkins too. I feel like I haven't tasted a whole lot of pumpkins on here, and I feel like I should make the effort. Tis the reason for the season, or whatever.
We're going to move into the holiday ales, so that's always fun. I know you and I like those a lot.
Yeah, I do. I do like the holiday ales, and outside my office here, they're already putting up decorations and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. So it's fun. Well, hey, let's talk about this week's article, and I'll introduce. We can kind of talk about it, but just in case you guys are watching out there and you have any questions, remember this is a Q&A friendly hangout. So if you have any questions, you can pop them in the comments on Google+. We will see them and we'll be able to answer them on the air. So make sure you do that. And I will share up this week's link. I'm going to close out these other links here. And then I'm going to show this. So also, you guys, if you're watching this on Google+, you should see the display of the link next to the thing. But just in case you don't, or you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, you can get the link to this week's article in the show notes on Google Hangouts, or it'll be in the notes on YouTube, or you can get them at twofriendlynerds.com/hangouts, twofriendlynerds.com/hangouts. Anyway, woo! This week's article was another article from Moz, who obviously we talk a lot about here, and it's all about doing local SEO audits. And I was thinking about this recently, and one of the reasons I picked out this article and wanted to talk about it is because more and more, there's this division between kind of local SEO and business kind of generalized SEO. And most of the companies that I work with come to me for general SEO, but really what they need is local SEO.
Yeah.
And it's, I think, if anything, easier to get your head around than traditional SEO and easier to get a grip on. And so I really like this article because it kind of goes through a generalized audit of your own website and kind of how to go through and what to look at. But the thing I really liked about it is that it's basically a checklist for what to do as well. If you go through the audit and you kind of look at all these different elements and you kind of get them set up correctly and you kind of make it look right, then that alone you're going to be really shoring up your own local SEO. And local SEO as well, as someone who does SEO for clients, the thing I love about local SEO is that there's a much clearer return on investment for a client, right? So if you're investing in local SEO, the thing you want, the kind of fancy schmancy conversion event, is someone coming through the door, right? You're getting a new client. And that's a lot easier to explain, it's a lot easier to demonstrate than some of the more hand-wavy elements of SEO like authority, which doesn't mean anything other than what you say it means, right? So in any case, I just was into it, and I kind of thought we'd chat about how we do local SEO, or kind of thoughts that we had on the whole kind of local SEO thing. This is kind of a broad topic, so I thought we'd just kind of wade into it. So Patti, I'm going to kind of kick it over to you. So first of all, do you do local SEO for clients? And kind of like, what's the difference in your head between, when a client comes to you, whether you kind of look at them as like a quote-unquote local SEO client, or whether you look at them as kind of a traditional SEO client? Yeah.
Well, clearly, if they're a brick-and-mortar business, right? If they're driving street traffic in the door,
Well, if they're driving street traffic in the door, they're going to need a construction company, right? And an ambulance. Am I right, everybody?
Yeah, there you go, right? No. If you need to, yeah. So if you have a business, stop.
Anyway, sorry. Go on.
So not right. Yeah. So if you're a business that works within a geographic area, you need to be shown for your services, products, for that area, right? You're not selling to California if you're in Philadelphia, right? The products that you have, who you want to attract, those customers are going to be coming to you. Now, that, of course, there's always both, right?
Yeah, because it's not so much like it's because you're a brick-and-mortar business, right? What you're saying is it's because the clients you work with are limited by range somehow, right? So like typically, the average range that someone will travel to get to a local business is like 5 miles, and that's about it, typically.
Really?
Yeah, it's very tight. So
Okay.
so it's like for pizza places or whatever, it's like about 5 miles is the traditional radius. So,
Right.
so it's not so much like, it's about where you're located. It's about where your clients are located.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah. So if someone will be using a geographic what is it, a locator when they're searching for you, right? So the town near me is Doylestown. So if they're doing whatever the service is plus Doylestown, they're looking for the businesses that are located within that region. And you need to show for that search, right? You're going to be beat out by your competition. And I actually love local SEO challenges because they're really the easiest and fastest to move and get impact. Don't you agree?
Well, yeah. Well, for me, it's more about the list of factors is more doable to me, right? Because kind of generalized SEO is sort of like infinitely long slog, right? Local SEO, at least, although it is still like that, you have to constantly work on it.
Yeah.
The checklist of things you're looking at is shorter, and so for me, it's kind of like I just like it more because it seems like it has a clear endpoint. But let me ask you. I mean, in terms of moving the needle on local results,
yeah.
How long does it do you kind of allot to something before you're saying like something is up or this isn't working or whatever? Like what's your time frame for that? Because that's something I always question. And for regular SEO, I always tell my clients like 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like a broad range, but it's meant to reflect the fact that like your market and there's so many variations.
Right.
Local, it seems like it should be more doable to give a better kind of time frame, but I struggle with that because I'm not really sure what to say. So I mean, do you have a sense of like how long should it take someone to like show up? For example, if they're not ranking at all, to show up somewhere on the front page of their core kind of competency keyword, like pizza place or whatever.
Well, it's definitely a lot shorter than 6 to 12 months for sure. The benefit that you have with local SEO is that Google is showing a lot of effort in how they're updating their algorithm towards showing the most relevant, localized, personalized, geographic information when it comes to search, right? So it's a lot of opportunity to show. So you've got the Google Map, you've got the Google Local, you have that 6-pack that appears on the homepage when you're searching, you have that carousel.
Explain what the 6-pack is for people that, because I think people get what Google Maps is and stuff, right? But if someone's watching this and they don't know specifically what that is, what is that? How's it different from regular web search?
Yeah, so what that is, and we've all been seeing this, so it's when you're searching with a qualifier, either a zip code or a town, right, when you're searching for a product, a service, a restaurant, let's stick with pizza. So if you're searching for Pizza Doylestown, you'll see on the one side of your Google search map.
Doylestown.
What do you say?
There's a guy named Pizza Doylestown.
Pizza, right. So yeah, so if you're searching, for a pizza shop, you're going to see the Google map show up on the one side, and then the 6-pack, and of course that keeps changing. It's like 7 or 8 now too, depending. That will be listed, and you'll see the little pinpoints, right, and those like little push pin representation. So it'll go A, B, C, D, E, and it's corresponding to the map, and it's giving you a geographic context for the listing. So it'll be the business name, the address, phone number. Sometimes they're putting in the Google reviews, if it has reviews, or the Yelp reviews, you'll see kind of in there. But it's isolated within the organic search results to be just those related to the Google map, right?
Yes.
Right.
So, and that stuff is all controlled now through Google My Business. Is that correct? So it used to be Google Places. It used to be Google Local.
Google plus Local. Yeah, this has been changing, and you can see the effort, like I said, the effort that Google's putting into getting that stuff right. Because again, if Google stops being relevant for things, But and this is going to mobile, right? A lot of the search traffic for these things are on your mobile phone when you're looking for these services. But yeah, it's the Google My Business. That's how you change that listing. But honestly, Google has a lot, has indexed a lot of businesses, whether you own your Google My Business page or not, right? So it's whatever's in their index. So it was, back when there were phone books, there's like a lot of listings and a lot of way to get those citations outside of owning it. But you certainly should own it, Dan. You certainly should own your Google My Business business page. And this article talks a lot about that, right?
Yeah, definitely, Google My Business is the place to start now for all this stuff since it so directly controls the map stuff. I'm interested too in kind of some of the man, so many sirens. I'm interested too in some of the so there's some things in here that are really getting kind of out there. So one of my favorite things was, so Google more and more, they're looking for ways to skirt kind of people who are trying to grab onto some of this local search power but aren't actually there, right? So it's like always like directory sites or whatever. So they are looking for more and more ways to validate where your business is, right? So for one of the things they talk about, do you have a virtual tour created by a trusted Google photographer, right? This is one of the things. So it's like you, and it's so funny because there's actually a guy near me who does this. I actually emailed him this morning. It's sort of random, but emailed him this morning. What he'll do is he takes this whole video setup and he does the whole like 360 internal Google Maps like thing for you, right? And he'll pay for it or whatever. And he's like a trusted photographer. Because Google has a trusted photographer program.
Okay.
They literally can they know these photographers work in certain areas, and the fact that you have photographs attributed to this person is a regional kind of signal, right? Okay. So that's like bonkers to me, and it reminds me of, I don't know if you remember this. This was I want to say it was like 4 or 5 years ago now, when Google put out the call for people to upload their floor plans to Google Maps.
Oh.
You remember this?
I think I do, yeah.
It's like they were like, send us your architectural plans.
Okay.
So scan it in because they were working on Google Glass, and part of the thing with Google Glass was like it could give you directions inside buildings. So you'd be like, where's the bathroom? And it would be like just around the corner. So it's like getting more and more and more. The thing that is the running theme for SEO is like there are more and more and more things added into this list of things you have to think about, right? Yeah. So obviously, like having a virtual tour, I mean that's nice. It's not going to make or break you because like who has a frickin' virtual tour? Like nobody. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's just like I didn't even think about that.
Right.
Right. And so now it's like, should I get a virtual tour of my office? So basically, like, turn around and see a wall of comic books, and then a guitar, and then like me in the corner, like, like action shot or whatever.
Well, you know what? But actually, that brings up an interesting point. There's a piece of advice that I've been sharing with my clients always. I'm like, okay, this is what we need for your Google listing. Yeah. I want to have images of the outside. I want to see what your door looks like that people walk into, and if there's any kind of wonky thing that has to do with parking, I want pictures of that too. So either the lot is here, there's the building, here's what the front door looks like. That's the stuff that's really helpful as a consumer when you're on your mobile device and you're trying to find a location, and Google gives you X number of image placements, and again, it used to be Google Local Plus, it used to be that, now it's Google My Business, which pretty much looks like a Google Plus page, right?
Yeah.
They give you an opportunity to upload these images, and then those come up in the search result. It's on the map, so when you're searching for the pizza place, you can drill down, you hit the pizza place that you want to go to, There's the front door. So as a driver, as a consumer, I'm going to recognize it when I get there. I'm going to know what the wonky parking is. So that's one thing. You want certain specific kinds of images, and then you also want things that are helpful. So the hours of the business, or whether you have some odd form of payment that I don't take American Express. Oh, well, that's I only take cash, or whatever the deal is.
Right.
That's helpful. Like, what information do you have that's helpful? If you're a restaurant, where's the darn menu?
Oh God, that's the worst, when a restaurant doesn't have the menu online.
Well, and if it's
or when it's a PDF,
flash.
it drives me freaking crazy.
No flash menus ever. Restaurants never.
That's really wonderful. Because as someone on your phone, you're like, I don't want to download a PDF.
Right.
I just want to look to see if you have calamari or something, whatever.
I want to know one of the 4 things that my kids eat is actually on the menu.
Right. So what do your kids eat? What are the 4 things your kids eat?
Just kid stuff. I've got the one with the crazy food allergies, so that's always a little bit of a pain. But if you're a decent, if you don't have something like chicken fingers, plain pasta, or burgers, I need to keep looking.
Chicken finger burger sounds good.
Chicken finger burgers, yeah. I mean, and these are just the.
Well, and for SEO purposes too, having the menu is extremely helpful, right?
Sure.
Because we just went through this. Like, I was looking for fish and chips around here.
Don't.
I live in Connecticut. I live in Connecticut. There's nothing around here, right? So I'm like, fish and chips, Connecticut.
Yeah.
And it's like, I couldn't find anything. And I'm like, I know. It's called City Fish Market. I know they make fish. There's a fish and chips restaurant in Middletown.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Like, that's like, so yeah, I mean, including all this stuff is very helpful. But I think what you're getting at is just like, that's just nice to know, right? So it's like, how do I?
It's helpful. Yeah.
Like, my wife is a bridesmaid to my brother's fiance's.
Okay.
So they all went out to get dresses or whatever. They went to some dress place around here, and I had to go pick them up. And she was like, "Oh, it's hard to find." And I drove by it like 4 times. I had the address. Like, my GPS was like, "You're there.
Yeah.
You're there already." And I'm like, "I'm not there already. I'm still in the car." But it was just like, for whatever reason. And I actually realized this later. The sign's actually big but it just fades into the background. Like, I didn't even know it was there.
Yeah.
And it's just like one of those things where it would have been really helpful to be like across the street from the Roy Rogers or something.
Right.
Because you know where that is, because where the hell are Roy Rogers anymore? You know what I mean?
Right.
When's the last time if you've recently eaten at a Roy Rogers, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at roysightings@twofriendlynerds.com. But yeah, in any case, I mean, I think a lot of these common sense things are also very helpful. And obviously, if you guys are watching this, you should definitely go and check out the audit guide, because it's very in-depth, which is the reason that I wanted to share it. It's very in-depth, very useful source for stuff to do, and we touched like the tiniest fraction of stuff in the guide. But
it's good. It's an amazing checklist, right? They give you right into a Google spreadsheet that you create your own copy of, and you can manage all the information that's coming. If it's your business, you can do it yourself. If you're an SEO and you're doing it for your clients, it's easy to use. I mean, this is a great, useful article. I'm going to absolutely save the document. But one of the biggest issues, Dan, to get right is the NAP, right? It's the name, address, phone number. Making sure that that's consistent everywhere your business is online, right? Yeah. So getting that confused, again, we have to remember we're talking about, search engines and algorithms and non-humans that are looking at this information, and they're not going to make those connections unless it's exactly the same, right?
Yeah, although I think that's changing.
Well, it's getting better, but yeah, the article does mention making sure that it's kind of correct and
consistent. But it's like I remember worrying about like Drive versus DR.
Yeah, I know.
Like someone was like, Google's like one of the biggest tech companies in the world.
Work that out, yeah.
It out, and I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. I mean,
right.
To a certain point, it's like Google can fly a drone over my house and kill me from a million miles away. They could probably do that. We are coming up on time, so we got to go. But, like I said, first of all, please check out the link to this week's video. You can get it in the show notes, or you can get it at twofriendlynerds.com/hangout. That's HANGOUT, in case you don't know how to spell, in which case you have trouble. And, obviously you can check the whole beginning of this episode as well as all of our past episodes by going to that little address right there, or by going to YouTube and typing in SEO and IPA, where you'll get all our past videos. Patti, you did an awesome job. You are excellent as well. Pumpkin Porter is really curious. I really want to try that. So, By the way, okay, let's do a live one of these sometime soon. We'll like meet in the middle or something.
Yeah.
And let's do like beer trade, where we trade beers, like beers you guys don't have, and because you know what I mean? That'd be fun.
Yeah, like a secret Santa beer exchange.
Sure, I was thinking more like a drug deal. People like open the trunks and
put the beer in the trunk
but
of the
that
car.
Secret Santa's fun too. And I should do that. That'll be fun. So anyway, to all of you guys out there, thank you so much for watching. Check us out next week, Wednesday, noon Eastern Standard Time. And as always, everyone, optimize responsibly.
Optimize responsibly.
Yay! All right, bye guys. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you so
Cheers.
much. Bye bye.